Okay, so I'm here to make this video to explain to you what happens when you have Sun in the 6th house in your birth chart. So what is the 6th house? The 6th house represents everyday struggles and things that we deal with and combat with on a regular, everyday basis. The 6th house is originally ruled by Virgo and Mercury, and the 6th house represents our health. It represents diseases. It represents, being of service to other people. It represents debts. So yeah, it represents routine things and things we deal with on a daily basis. Like, for example, it's like paying your bills. Be responsible in paying your bills and managing and take care of your health. Or you're driving to work and you get a flat tire, or it represents maybe dealing with obstacles and bad co-workers and management on your job, or dealing with just regular everyday issues in your life, whether it be with somebody at the auto shop who's trying to give you a high bill, or whether it be with your parents who are throwing obstacles at you. The 6th house is just obstacles, and the planet that sits in the house, or the planet that is the lord of that house, will give you insight and inclination to how you might overcome and combat those obstacles that you would face in your everyday, regular, routine life. So, what is the Sun? The Sun represents your ego, represents your soul, it represents your father or father-like figure. It is a planet that sort of illuminates and brightens the qualities and traits of the house that it sits in, and it's also a placement that sort of damages and burns some of the significations of the house that it sits in. Also, the 6th house is known as a house that is a Dashanta house or a Pucha house. These are terms that are mainly utilized in Vedic sidereal astrology. And a Pucha house is houses that when you have planets there, these are places where, the traits of the planet, or the planet just gets better in its traits and significations over time. These houses are 3, 6, and 11. Those are the Pucha houses. Houses that are known to be considered and associated with growth, where a planet just performs better there over time. But also, the 6th house is known as a Dashanta house, and Dashanta houses are houses that are sort of typically considered to be evil and bad and unfortunate houses that are tied to and connected to negative, unfortunate events. Those houses are 6, 8, and 12, and typically malefic planets like Mars and Saturn and Sun, they perform sort of well in these houses in 12, 6, and 8, because those are sort of considered to be maybe rough positions to have planets in. And when they're basically like the hood of the birth chart in a sense. So you want to sort of combat fire with fire. You want to have negative, big, bad planets in those houses to combat those things. You don't want to have soft planets like, Mercury or Venus in those houses to deal with it. So when you have Sun here, it's not a bad position for Sun. Sun is like your vitality and your health. So when you have Sun here might burn and, get rid of, like the negative diseases and health ailments that you might face in your life. Now, this should be the case unless Sun has a bunch of negative aspects to it, but this isn't a bad position. It's good for maybe combating, diseases and those type of ailments and stuff. Sun in the 6th house can sort of give you a strong, independent ego and mind, and maybe in the workplace make you want to seek working for yourself and working on your own and stuff. You might not be a team player. You might seek to work for your own, work for yourself. Sun in the 6th house is basically someone who is just a king. You will conquer, and you're someone who will just conquer and win and beat and topple against your obstacles that you might face in your regular every day-to-day life. I really can't come up with no other better ways to explain this, but it's sort of like a competitive house, a house of obstacles and stuff. But Sun here, you might just be very good at navigating and knocking out your enemies and obstacles that you face in your life, and you might not get sick too often and might be able to topple and overcome your illnesses and sickness, and your mind might be, and your soul might really desire to be of service to people and work to people, or do charitable work, or pursue a profession where you might want to work for other people. You might work yourself to death potentially with Sun in the 6th house. That might cause you to get sick with Sun in the 6th house. Your father-like figure might have been a real provider for you in your life. He might have been real a workaholic and stuff. But that's essentially what I got for you with Sun in the 6th house. Short and simple. Hope it gave you insight and clarity on what to expect with you having Sun in the 6th house if you have it in your birth chart. Thanks for watching.